Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Aim Saraswate Namaha. Om Shri Guruve Namaha. Blessed Self, adorations. The mystery of the soul, Katha Upanishad, translated into English by Pujya Gurudev, Pujya Shri Swami Jyotirmayananda Ji Maharaj of Yoga Research Foundation, Miami, Florida. My humble Sashtang pranams at the holy lotus feet of Pujya Gurudev. Without you, I am empty. There is nothing in me. I am just your instrument. In your hands and in the hands of the entire lineage and our Supreme Lord, just like the dust particle lying at thy lotus feet. It's your knowledge, your blessings, and my surrender. For only being the instrument like the mic that makes the voice louder and higher and clearer. I am that instrument through which just passing on your knowledge. May you shower your blessings upon each and every aspirant who is listening, contemplating and meditating, and applying in their lives this knowledge, this jnana, this bhakti, this supreme devotion, the mystery of the soul. O Lord, O Gurudev, the rishis of the entire lineage, the universal saints and sages, and the Supreme Lord, and my Lord Yama, who is showering the blessings on Nachiketas, may you shower that blessings upon us, each aspirant, as we are grasping your knowledge. May we be fully devoted with a clean heart, clear heart, with that vairagya, with that dispassion, so that we eventually merge into that supreme consciousness. May there be no attachment. May we be able to follow the knowledge imparted by you to Nachiketas. May we also become your dear devotees. May we become qualified to receive your knowledge fully and implement in our lives. Please bless each and every aspirant. The mystery of the soul, Katha Upanishad, mantra number 10, day 21. So mantra number 9, it was a short one. I will repeat that before I continue mantra number 10. O dearest disciple, the knowledge of self about which you have inquired cannot be acquired by argument. But when told by a guru, the intellect turns towards self-realization. O Nachiketas, you are endowed with a pure intellect. May we acquire inquirers like thee, O Lord. O Lord Yama, may we become part of that we that you are talking about here. When you say, may we acquire inquirers like thee. So here we are humbly surrendering and coming to you for this knowledge, the knowledge of the self, Brahma Gyan. We request you to bless us also as you blessed Nachiketas. We are your chosen ones, that is why we are here, studying your scripture, studying your knowledge. So further explanation by Gurudev is that arguments arise due to externalization of the mind. When the vritti, when the waves of the mind, the chitta vritti, the mind stuff, the vritti, the waves, all the thoughts that keeps coming in and out, if that is always externalized into that means the thoughts always keep going only into the outer world, outer enjoyment, about money, about houses, about job, about many other things, enjoyments, going to the party, and all and name it. These are few things just that we talk about all the time, but there are many other worldly enjoyments that keeps coming in mind for many. And until you go inwards, you have to go inwards. So the vision of the self is shut out when so arguments arise due to externalization of the mind. When the mind is externalized, the vision of the self is shut off. That means when your mind is only outwards, then how can it go inwards? That means that vision of the self within you is shut out. It's blocked. So that is why they say you have to open. It's locked. So you have to open it with the key. And the key to that is the mantras, the yoga, the shastras. You study the scriptures. And then slowly, Lord blesses you and opens up that lock. And then you start moving. You start visualizing inwards. So self is shut out. In order to acquire the knowledge of the self, one must first have a pure intellect, which buddhi, hamara nishchal buddhi, nirmal buddhi, gyan, clean knowledge, pure knowledge. One must first have a pure intellect. So when you have your mind pure, only then you will have that pure intellect, which directs itself to the self through the process of intuition. So when the mind goes inwards, more focused on your inner self, the Atman, and you start seeing that light within you, that means the process of intuition has begun. That is the intuitive knowledge when you start hearing within your own self. You hear, you feel, you get that jnana. Which is the buddhi, not only the surface level of knowledge. Nachiketa was endowed with pure intellect. He was endowed with dispassion, discrimination, and other qualifications for the attainment of self-realization. So here Lord Yama is saying that you have to have all these qualifications. We have already gone through that, but he's repeating here that, oh Nachiketas, you have those qualifications. That means you have to be endowed, you have to have that dispassion of the outward vision, the outer enjoyment. And then you got to have the discrimination, be able to know the difference between the outer enjoyment and inner enjoyment, the inner self. That outer enjoyment is temporary. It's there only for moments and it's gone, and it will give more pain later. You enjoy now, but later you have more pain. Whereas the inward journey is harder or painful for some people. It's harder at the beginning, but very blissful, very nectarine, very sweet, very pleasing later. So then Lord Yama says, Lord Yama is full of praise for his dear disciple. So Lord Yama is praising Nachiketa so much, for he has seen all those qualifications in Nachiketas. He tested him well though. So many people say, I'm just testing the waters. Okay, how deep it is? Can you go there? Can you swim in the deep water? Or you can't even swim in the shallow water. So that test will reveal where you are. So knowing all these, evaluate your own self rather than evaluating others. Just find out where you are. Where did you come from? Why did you come into this world? Why did you come in this human embodiment? And then, where are you going from here? From here, where are you going? Do you know how you will reach there? If you have something in mind, do you know how you will reach there? So all these are self-inquiry. Have I started really to take those few steps, the first steps towards that goal? Or hey, did I start a while ago and I have reached somewhere here? I failed on my way, then I slipped and I stood up again. I started walking again, I slipped again. And then I stood up and I started walking again. And now I'm more steady. Just like the little baby. They first slowly start crawling. Then they slowly crawl faster and more steady and faster. And then they slowly start holding something and standing up. And then they fall down, bram. and then they again stand up. They don't stop. If they get scared and stop with the first fall, then they'll never be able to walk again. So they don't get scared. They try again. They get up slowly and try again, and they keep trying. Then they start walking while holding the fingers of the parents or fingers of a brother or sister. Then they start holding some table, something, the wall, and then they walk. Then they start taking few steps on their own without any support. So that is where the Guru comes in. The Guru teaches you something, holds your hands, and takes you further and further, helps you to take steps, forward steps. You may fall, you may slip, you may get up again, but have that faith. Walk again, fall, walk, but then slowly you'll become very steady, and eventually you will walk on your own, and then you'll be able to run on your own. So you'll never be like a baby all the time. You will reach that stage where you will be studying scriptures independently on your own. So that will be the day. So start doing listening, learning, listening, then reading, and then reading, learning, and then you will be flying like a bird. So mantra number 10 begins with, I know that the treasure acquired by karmas is impermanent, because the eternal cannot be acquired by the non-eternal. How beautifully explained. How can eternal be acquired by the non-eternal? This body is non-eternal. It will end one day, but this body is an instrument that you can use now, because once this body is lost, the soul has the senses, only the inner senses, and no hands to do anything, no legs to walk. So you have all these now. Do your karmas, serve others selflessly, practice karma yoga, jnana yoga, bhakti yoga, which you are doing now, jnana and bhakti. And karma yoga is also, if you'll share this knowledge with others, pass it on to others, share with your loved ones, share with your friends. That is karma yoga. And then Raja Yoga. Raja Yoga is doing the Hatha Yoga. So Hatha Yoga doesn't mean you don't know if you know any poses or not. You can do some exercises, you can do some breathing, you can do some pranayam, but be consistent, just little bit. When we are chanting Om, start chanting 21 Oms. Start with 11, start with 3. We are doing 3 already, it takes only a little bit moment. Then start with 9, continue with 9, then 11, then increase the number until you reach 21. But take that long Oms, and it will be like, take a deep breath, and with that deep breath, you should be sitting straight. You can sit on the chair also, with your spine straight, chins parallel to the table or floor, and then that means the shoulders also not like leaning forward but straight, the shoulders. And then when you take deep breath inwards, mentally chant Om, and your stomach, your diaphragm should come outwards. That means you are like filling up the balloon with air. So your diaphragm coming out, then your chest filling up, then you filling up all the way up to the nostrils. So once you are done up to that point, mentally chanting Om, hold for a moment, mentally chanting Om, then you start with Om. So open your mouth little bit with ah, and then try to close your lips just like you are saying oh. Then you start oh, and then close your lips. When you close your lips, then the air should come out of your nostrils, should come through your nostrils. Then breathe in again with your diaphragm out, chest out little bit, and then your chin up with all the way up to the neck, and then with that deep breath, and then So practice this. Begin with 3 times, then you can increase the number gradually. Try to do this in the morning, during the daytime if you get chance. If not, then at least in the morning and evenings. It's very helpful. It gives you that pranic shakti. With that, Om radiates throughout your body, and the pranic shakti, your prana gets so energized, and your nadis start flowing and giving energy. So when you are chanting that Om, it's vibrating in the universe, helping all others also. It purifies the surrounding, energizes the surrounding, not only your inner self, your body, but also it helps others. So it becomes a karma yoga also. So try to do that, and I will continue with what we were talking about on mantra or learning mantra number 10. So I know that the treasure acquired by karmas is impermanent because the eternal cannot be acquired by non-eternal. Therefore, I have propitiated the Nachiketa's fire, and as a result of it, I have attained the relative eternal, the heavens. So, oh Nachiketa, so he's telling Nachiketas, Lord Yama, that's why he is talking about the havan, homam, the fire, the sacred oblations, all these karmas that you perform. All these will lead you to heaven for sure. Because you are walking on that path, you have beautiful karmas, you have positive karmas, not negative. So your positive karmas will lead you to the heavens. So then further he says, O Nachiketas, you have evinced great patience. You have not been tempted by worldly objects. Such patience no one has ever shown before. What to speak of others? Even I, the Lord of Death, do not possess the heroism that you have shown. Oh, wow. Nachiketas. Though I know that all sense enjoyments are transitory, that means it does pass away, and perishable. It passes away also, like you have some craving now, but then a little bit later you don't have that craving. And so many things are, this craving is like, okay, I want it. Once you get it, then what? It's over. For little bit of time you enjoyed it, and then it's over. So it is perishable. That means it goes bad. It finishes off. And I know that even the gods, that means the Devi Devatas, the lords of the world, are subject to death. So very much confirmed, yes. Devi Devatas that we pray to, that is why the Supreme Consciousness is higher, the highest. That Brahman is the highest. When we chant this Chatushloka is the 4 shlokas with which Srimad Bhagavat Mahapuran was compiled with 18,000 shlokas by Shri Ved Vyasji. So Chatushloki talks about that Brahman, Lord Narayan, and above that Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh, even their term finishes off. And when there is Mahapralaya, the annihilation, even then that Brahman still exists. So everything gets back to that Brahman, and then there is silence, darkness, and then another world begins. A new Brahma, a new Vishnu, a new Mahesh. So these Devi Devatas also, they crave to become human being, to come back in the world in the human embodiment, because human embodiment is the only embodiment through which one Atman can be liberated. Even Devi Devatas do not, they are just using up their good karmas. And all those lower species are also using up their bad karmas. They are purging, using but purging. They are finishing off, they are like hospitalized. And when Devi Devatas are there, they are also, because they did so many good karmas, and they are enjoying that and helping others also. And besides that, what happens? When the term is over, they come back, and they are craving to come back as human being or in human embodiment, because the humans are the only species that is able to make or create new karmas and purge karmas also, either good or bad. So take advantage of this human embodiment, because who knows what is next. But you should be very sure that this embodiment, I am going to do only good karmas, selfless karmas, unconditional love, and do good service, so that I can reach that stage of self-realization and be liberated within this very life. So Lord Yama is saying here, and I know that even the gods, the lords of the worlds, are subject to death. Yet I have not developed a spirit of renunciation equal to yours. So Lord Yama is comparing even himself with Nachiketas, saying that I have not developed such a commitment, such a renunciation, such a vairagya, dispassion, just like you. Even in the past, I did not possess the fire of vairagya, dispassion, that now blazes in your heart. He's saying it is in your heart thou. That is why I performed the Nachiketa sacrifice and other sacrifices with great effort. So that is why he is giving the boons to Nachiketas. And he performed that sacrifice by showing Nachiketas. And as the fruit of all sacrifices, I have now attained the state of Yama, the Lord of Death. So that is what he's saying, that I have done so many of these sacrifices. That is why I have become the Lord of the Death. So he's telling Nachiketas that without austerity, he was not even the Lord of the Death. Because of his sacrifices, because of his austerity. He got this position. You can say that this is even Indra is a position. Indras are there. He has a term limit. So this lordship of mine will exist until the termination of the creation. This is, and he's saying, so understand here clearly that even Lord Yama is telling that his lordship of being Lord Yama, the Lord of Death, his lordship will terminate when the creation terminates. So that is until pralaya, or the dissolution of the world. So he will be the Lord of Death or Lord Yama until the dissolution of the world. So, O Nachiketas, even such a glorious attainment you have renounced, knowing it to be perishable. So, this is very Gupta Gyan, very Brahma Gyan, which is secret. Remember, Lord Yama had said at the very beginning that this is secret knowledge. It cannot be given to all. So all of you listening to this, you are very, very, very blessed. You have some past punyas, very great punyas, that you are listening to this, Katha Upanishad or Katha Upanishad, the mystery of the soul, what really the soul does. So as sannyasins or as a sannyasa, I've received that mantra where we have to chant all the time that I let go this world, Bhuva, Swaha. So all the three worlds, the physical, astral and causal, like even the heaven, I let go the heaven. And that's what Nachiketas is doing. I don't want anything. I don't want anything perishable. So why do I crave for heaven? Because I will have to fall off the heaven one day. I don't want to become a Devi or Devata or a god that will have everything but that term will end. I don't want that, just like what Nachiketas is saying. And that is why Lord Yama is saying, but you have foregone all those and you want to be even beyond that. So Om Bhu Sanyasamaya, Om Bhuva Sanyasamaya, Om Swaha Sanyasamaya. So then Lord Yama says the imperishable cannot be attained by the perishable. So he's saying you have foregone all those glorious attainment you have renounced, knowing it to be perishable, and therefore the imperishable cannot be attained by the perishable. So Yama evidently wishes to praise Nachiketas for his divine qualities. How beautiful. So mantra number 11 is very small, and I will continue with this with number 10. O Nachiketas, you have observed and renounced all the heavenly worlds wherein one can satisfy all desires. So people want the heavenly world to satisfy only their desires. You must have heard people saying, in heaven, when you are there, you can eat as much as you want. There's no calories. You can enjoy everything, but there is no punya or papa. And that's where people are stuck. You can eat this, you can just think of something, it will come in front of you, and you eat. You bathe in the ocean of milk, and all sorts of enjoyments are there. That's what people know, and they just are stuck and say, I want to go to heaven. Yes, but there's something beyond heaven. So, O Nachiketas, you have observed and renounced all the heavenly worlds wherein one can satisfy all desires, which are the basis of the material world, remember. Where there is no fear, which are praiseworthy and exist for a long period of time, you are surely wise, because you know that it will be for a long period, but one day it will end. And that's the question Nachiketas had put forward, saying, for a long, long time, even if you say million years, but then there will be an end. So then Lord Yama is saying the self is beyond illusion. Having known the self to be eternal and imperishable, Nachiketas renounced even the glorious worlds of heaven. So he knows that only the self is imperishable. Only the self, the Atman, is eternal. So Nachiketa says, I do not want the worlds of heaven. I do not want the glories of heaven, but I want to go beyond to merge myself with the Supreme Self. Atman Paramatman. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. So we will continue with mantra number 12 in our next session. Om Asato ma sadagamaya tamaso ma jyotirgamaya mrityorma amritam gamaya. Om sarvesham swastirabhavatu, sarvesham shantirbhavatu, sarvesham purnam bhavatu, sarvesham mangalam bhavatu. Om samastalokaha sukhino bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Divine love, light, peace, prosperity, healing, Shakti, Bhakti, Mukti to each one of you. Divine blessings to you and your near and dear ones. This is Swami Lalita Priyananda from Sacramento, California. Hari Om Tat Sat. Narayana, Narayana, Shriman Narayana.